Hello there, everyone. I hope everyone's having a lovely day today. Welcome to the first review on the Forex Reviews SA site. I hope you enjoy. The first review will be over Redbillion Forex. This account is related to the Redbillion software, which is also sold by someone named Belly. I think they are in a partnership together. Now, the system was sold to me back in 2020, the start of the year, just before the pandemic hit. And I bought it for 2,500 because the 2,500 package was with an extra wave, if you could call it that. And the initial software was 1,500. And as you can see right here, it shows that the software is on special for 1,500, and that is probably just to create a scarcity for his product. Nothing against him, it's a good way to sell more. So as we move on to what his account looks like for anyone that just browses over it initially, you can see that he has a lot of followers, and a lot of followers usually makes it seem like the person is safer, which will make you more inclined to believe what's on their page. And typical to Forex people in South Africa, he does have a lot of pictures of his car and his results. And if you go through anyone's Instagram that's a Forex trader in South Africa, you will see a lot of those. But a lot of the time, you should not believe the posts that they do have, because it's very easy to use a demo account to fake results and such things. But I do know that the trades that Redbillion in particular makes is real, because we have joined one of his groups before to see how he actually makes his trades. Moving back to his software. Now, the software is easy to purchase. You just contact him through this link, and it's also easy to set up in MetaTrader 4. Let me just move over to MetaTrader 4 so you can see what it is. Let's open up a chart. So this is what the software would initially look like. You have these indicators indicating the certain candle types. Then you have buy and sell indicators telling you when to buy and sell. And then you have this massive Fibonacci indicator over everything. But as you can see, the Fibonacci indicator moves over time, making the system very good in ranging markets, but not as good in trending markets. Since on his Instagram page, if we go to info, it will show you that if you are using the system, you need to buy and sell on the red and green dots, meaning that you'll sell at the top and buy at the bottom, which in Forex is a fundamental part to the trading cycle. Buy low and sell high. But the problem with the system comes in when the market is not just in a range, it's actually trending. So the market won't just go from point A to point B and then from point B back to point A. If the market is in a trend, we can demonstrate by using these lines. So imagine these lines are the top and bottom lines. So if you were to make a trade after it hits the top line over here, it will give you the exact same sell signal with the exact same arrow and everything, and then you'll think, okay, it's fine to sell, but then the market will push to the upside further, meaning that this whole Fibonacci line will move from the initial line over here, it will move up to the highest point, which is over there. So you made your sell trade over here, the market has moved to there, which would have taken out your stop loss. And then it will come down eventually, as markets do, but then it will probably shoot right back up. So as to catch you out when you make your second trade, because this Fibonacci will keep moving all the way up. So as you make your sell trade here, it might go up, should I say, and then the next time the Fibonacci will move to the highest point, you'll make your sell, but then the market might retrace back up there, and so on and so forth, until you are out of money and have blown your account. So the system works, yes, that is true, but, the very big but, if the market is not in a range, then the system will not be working properly as intended. And that is how most people get caught out, because they will blindly follow this system and sell at every red dot and then buy at every green one. Where is the last buy? The last buy is all the way down here, right? Meaning that every single lower point before this point had this exact buy. So, yo, this was a buy, this was a buy, that was a buy, and then that's the final buy, and now it keeps going up. And then the Fibonacci just keeps moving along. And now if you're thinking that you can use this as a reversal and then move on to using the next blue arrow or the next red arrow after this one as a bit of security, just know that these arrows move with the market also. The same thing with the Fibonacci. So if this arrow is wrong and then on the next bar, say over here, there is a higher bar, this arrow will shift over to this point, meaning that the signal that you have taken is fake and your stop loss will get hit. So I do advise everyone to not just blindly follow the system. Add it into a system that you're working on yourself. So the pros of the system is that the indicators that tell you what sort of bar you're dealing with, because this is widely used, and if you are a beginner you will not know the names initially and the specific patterns that the bars follow. So for example, a Morningstar is very flat, doesn't have a lot of volume in the middle, and it's surrounded by two bars. It will be a bear candle and a bull candle. This indicates a reversal. So if you had to see this pattern over here and you knew what it meant, you could have bought on the retest of this high over here. So it should be around here where you enter, and you could have ridden that all the way up if you knew what you were doing. Another pro of the system is that it works well in a range, and that leads us to the cons, where it doesn't work in anything other than a range. So if you are following a trend from the bottom to the top, or from the top to the bottom, you'll be okay. But as soon as it breaks through the bottom, then the system is rendered useless and the software should not be used. If you are smart enough to know about the Forex markets, even if you do get a perfect entry like this and it rides all the way down, your next entry might be a sell arrow like this, and your profit, take profit, might be down here and it never reaches that point. Instead, it reverses, it goes down a bit, makes you think, okay, I'm safe, and then it reverses and goes back up and takes out your stop loss. That's very common. So no, the system is not 100% correct, and you should not treat it as the be all and end all in your trading cycle. So if I was to give it a rating out of 10, it would be a 5 out of 10, as it only works half of the time. And of that half of the time it does work, another 50% maybe will be false signals that gets your stop loss taken out. Thank you very much for listening to me rant about this. I hope you enjoy and stay tuned for the next review. Goodbye.